So I came out this morning, it's about 6 o'clock, and we let the chickens out of the new pen that we made for them. We can move this around the field behind the cows. We have the electric netting that keeps them in here by the chicken coop. So Aiden and I put this together out of an old chopper box. So inside here, there's a whole row of nest boxes over on this side that they can lay in during the day. And then all night they roost on the roosts here. There's enough room for all the chickens to roost and enough boxes for them to lay. So what we do to let them out, we let them out. We have a door on either side depending on how the pen is situated. Keep the feed underneath to keep it dry if it rains. So we just slide this out. And then this little door opens like that. And then they can all come out into their pen.
Here they come. They look like they're excited to come out. So what keeps the chickens in here, Bill? Why don't they fly over?
The way the electric netting is with the spaces kind of zigzaggy. You can see on the wire how this goes in between, and it.
Yeah, show us there.
So here, like in the wire, a chicken with the eyes on both sides of their head, it's hard for them to focus. So they don't know what's on the other side of this because this makes it like a real fuzzy view when you're down there. So they don't even try to fly over it. It is electrified right now. I have it shut off so we can get in. And that keeps like coon and possums and stuff from coming in to get them like at night or even during the day. So then at night what we do is that most of the chickens all go back in. We have a few young ones that are still hanging out underneath. So we catch them and put them in, close the door, and then we take the netting down. And then we just move this to another spot and put the netting up for the next morning.
And then you just have to open the door and let them out.
Then the next morning we just open it up and let them out.
And so what are they eating when they're scratching around?
Right now, just like grass and bugs. You can kind of see this, they haven't been on this yet, so if you move your foot, you can see little grasshoppers and stuff jumping. They eat all that. They'll eat the little weed seeds off the, like this here, this little tiny seeds inside there, and that kind of helps keep some of the weeds down in the pasture. And like the cow manure from where the cows were in here 2 weeks ago, they'll scratch that up and they'll spread that around and get any bugs that are in that. And then you don't have these piles of manure. Like you can see where they were yesterday over here, there's really no piles in there. They'll go ahead and they'll scratch it all apart, and then that helps get the fertilizer throughout the fields.
Does it also help with the worm load on the animals?
Yeah, any parasites, any of the worms or anything that the cattle drop or the sheep or goats or whatever, the chickens will eat them and get rid of the eggs and the larvae and everything. So it helps with worm load in the animals too.
And then you do give them a little bit of grain.
Yeah, they have a little bit of grain all the time. It's lean mash. It gives them extra calcium in there to keep the yolks harder. And then we also have like kelp in it also, or like fish meal. Boost the protein. We don't use soy for them. We use like the fish meal and kelp, which helps even in the winter time when there isn't much grass for them to eat, but it still keeps those yolks nice and yellow because they're still getting like a green matter, green protein.
Along with the grass they're eating, right?
Yeah. In the winter, like I say, there's not as much grass, but we do have hay in for the goats, and they do scratch around and eat the leaves of the alfalfa, the hay and stuff.
So, would you say these chickens look happy and healthy to you?
Yeah.
They like this setup?
They like it out here. They seem like right now they're not even bothered as much with the dog chasing them. The dog can run around the outside of the pen, and they know the dog can't get in here. We're back at the house. You know, they always have to run from the dog. The dog doesn't do anything to them, just kind of scares them. But in here, they don't even seem to, well, they do a little bit when they surprise, I guess, but nothing like they have to at the house. They have to run back into the barn when the dog chases them, so.
But they like the pasture?
Yeah, they do. They like being out here.
Happy chickens in their chopper box pen.
And this is another thing Aiden and I found. This is a ladder to get up into the pen. You just pull it out, and then you can climb up to get the eggs. And then we just fold it back up when we want to move the pen. That way it's not dragging behind and it's out of the way.
That's it?
That's it. And
Yeah,
here's the, when it loops like that, you gotta tighten it up a little bit. But then here's just a fence charger. It's a solar powered fencer. There's only, on this is a smaller charger, there's a button on the bottom to turn it on. This one only has about 2,000 volts on it, which will keep predators away.
Okay. Thanks.